Vice President Harris is now distancing herself from President Biden's comments, responding at the comedian from the Trump rally on Sunday. Here is what the vice president said just a few moments ago.
First of all, he clarified his comments, but let me be clear, I strongly disagree with any criticism of people based on who they vote for. You heard my speech last night and continuously throughout my career. I believe that the work that I do is about representing all the people, whether they support me or not.
CBS News White House reporter Willie James Inman is now joining us to talk about this. So, Willie, very, very strong words there from the vice president, essentially rejecting what President Biden said yesterday, in which she said that she rejects all manner of denigrating people just based on who they vote for. Just recap for us what the president said yesterday and how they walked it back.
Hey there, Vlad. Good to be with you. That's right. The president was referring to, the White House says at least, he was referring to that comedian, his remarks calling Puerto Rico a floating island of garbage. But if you listen to the president's comments, it's hard to distinguish where the apostrophe goes. And that's according to a White House transcript. I want to just play what the president said last night.
And just the other day, a speaker at his rally called Puerto Rico a floating island of garbage. Well, let me tell you something. I don't know the Puerto Rican that I know, or Puerto Rico, where I'm in my home state of Delaware. They're good, decent, honorable people. The only garbage I see floating out there is his supporters. His demonization of is unconscionable, and it's un-American.
And the president said supporters. In the White House transcript they sent us had an apostrophe there, saying that essentially that the president was referring to the comedian. Then the White House, the president, sent out a tweet saying that he was referring to the hateful rhetoric about Puerto Rico spewed by Trump supporter at his Madison Square Garden rally as garbage. But after this tweet came out, you could just take a look at social media just before. It had already done all the damage that it needed to. The former president's campaign capitalized on this. Marco Rubio, senator, was campaigning with former President Donald Trump and started talking about this. Also, the former president started fundraising off of this as well, essentially pointing out President Biden's comments, saying that Kamala's boss, in his statement, he said, Kamala's boss, Joe Biden, just called all my supporters garbage. And he said, it's Trump. You are amazing, trying to fundraise and capitalize off of this. So a lot of damage already done. But the vice president today, in her brief comments, seemingly distancing herself, I should say, from President Biden.
Sort of, Willie James, at the end of the day, it sort of crystallizes why the Democrats were faced with this dilemma in the first place, right, as to whether or not Joe Biden was to be the person at the top of the ticket because of gaffes like this. And if you just heard the vice president, she doesn't support what he said, regardless of whether there's an apostrophe or not. All right, Willie James Inman for us. Thank you very much. Appreciate it.